Okay, welcome back to the Military Money Manual podcast. This is Jamie. I'm here with Spencer Reese from militarymoneymanual.com. And today we want to do a quick episode, we'll try to be quick, about 5 ways to prepare your finances for Christmas now. So we're putting this out in November of 2025 as we prepare for, Black Friday and all the ads that are going to bombard you. Like all the algorithms are already planning their attacks. The TV ads are already being produced, already paid for, like solely to get their hands into your pocket. And so we want to talk to the military family we're in a government shutdown at the time of this recording. We got paid again magically as they shuffle money around for the second paycheck in a row. But there's just a little bit of angst and anxiety in the community. So we want to talk a little bit about preparing for Christmas so you're intentional about it and it doesn't come up as a surprise. Dave Ramsey likes to say that Christmas is an emergency. It happens every December. And so we're going to talk five ways to prepare for Christmas right now. The first thing is a realistic budget for each person.
$500 for each of 5 kids, $2,500 total. Maybe that doesn't make sense if you're paycheck to paycheck or if you're a month behind on your rent. Do you need to include all your nieces and nephews? Who's in the circle, basically, of who's getting presents? And maybe the gift that you give them is financial security and less stress for yourself. And so maybe this year is, look, like it's going to be a quieter year. Everybody's just getting books. Back in the Victorian era, you were lucky to get an orange for Christmas, right?
Or just time spent together. Maybe it's an activity. And when you add up all the hundreds of dollars for each of your kids, potentially, lots for your parents, your siblings, your nieces and nephews, it all can just become a lot very fast. So maybe it's just, hey, this year's been tough. Can we do Secret Santa? And so everyone owes like one extra gift or 2 extra gifts outside the family.
And that kind of goes to point number 2 that we were trying to make, Jamie, which is maybe you focus on building memories versus more junk in your house. Like, how many plastic toys from China do your kids actually need? That's actually a good point. Like, maybe you do a sweep and grab all the stuff that no one's touched for a year and go and either sell it on eBay, tag sale, or just donate it and make sure that, someone else gets to play with it if your kids aren't interested anymore. And, it's okay. Like, kids grow up, right? And habits change and what they're interested in changes. And so it's okay, it's natural that maybe the Matchbox cars aren't getting as much attention this year.
Yeah. There's some techniques I've heard, some tips of like one thing they need, one thing they want, one thing they want to wear, or like something to wear, something to read, something to do. And so those kind of things that are probably out on the mom blogs or like Instagram reels about how to have a more controlled and realistic Christmas. Like your kids, they may feel upset about not getting all the toys that they want, but that doesn't mean that you have to bend over backwards or go into debt for your family to bring more junk into the house. That makes it harder for you to keep the house clean, harder to maintain the house, harder to PCS because it's harder to organize. Like all of these things add up to individual decisions such as overspending on Christmas.
Yeah, and that is a great segue into number 3 there, which is no debt. Christmas should not be it should not be an excuse to build credit card debt, to take out a payday loan, to raid the emergency fund, to stop making Roth IRA contributions. You're the only one in the room with kids, Jamie, but what are your kids actually gonna remember? I'm thinking back and I can maybe remember 1 or 2 Christmas presents I got as a kid, but I can definitely remember a lot of time at Christmas, spent with family, spent with my parents. And that gets back to our other point about building family memories. There's no present that's worth debt.
Yeah. So that's just a line in the sand that you and your spouse or you as a single parent in the military, you need to just decide that while you love your kids, taking debt for Christmas is not an option. So you figure out based on our step number 1, set a realistic budget for each person that you need, that you're responsible for, and that you're choosing to be generous with this Christmas. You take that total amount needed by the number of paychecks remaining, and that's the amount you need to save per pay period in order to not go into debt. And then if you're not able to make that amount, say at this point, by the time you're listening to the episode, you have 3 paychecks remaining and you wanted to have $3,000 and you can't swing $1,000 per pay period, what do? Well, you're gonna have to reduce your budget. You're either gonna reduce per kid or cut out a couple people, or maybe you were hoping to do it for your entire family and extended family, and it's just not feasible. So with that line in the sand of no debt for presents, that's gonna take us to our 4th way to prepare is your kids and your family want a peaceful house and a good example over more junk, more plastic toys from China, as Spencer said earlier, which I like. They will notice that gift of a loving, peaceful home, and they will remember that feeling more than they will remember any present that you got them, even if it's the hot present. I don't even know what the hot present this year is for kids. You know, the modern day version of American Girl doll, or the new video game, or the new Xbox or PlayStation, whatever it is. Like, they will remember that gift, but it will be easier for them to remember the feeling of peace, safety, love, and security in the home that you provide them with stable finances.
It's important to also remember that, like, kids' memory is short. There's, especially at like certain ages, like the kid's gonna be more interested in playing with the box or like opening the present than actually like what's inside it. Yeah. So I don't know, use Christmas as an opportunity to reconnect with your family, to, you know, create memories. And, you know, if you're listening to this and you don't have kids, like, you can apply all these same rules to anybody who's in kind of your circle. And maybe instead of gifts, you take out your group of friends for dinner before the holidays, or, you know, maybe you splurge on a big New Year's Eve party for all your friends, and nobody gets gifts from you this year, but you spend time, and what do they say? Like, your presence is your present.
Oh, that's deep. I think that's really good, though, because there's just this like unwritten societal pressure maybe that everyone can kind of feel to like outdo their neighbors, or outdo the like mom that you follow from your 5 years ago kid's school that you barely connect with, but yet you feel this pressure to like compete with them for who has a grander Christmas or like cooler Christmas, or who gets their kids. Like, people are always going to be able to one up you. Don't start a competition or a game that you can't win. And especially around the holidays, it's a tough time for a lot of people. You might be like grieving the loss of someone you love this year, or you might be like grieving the loss of a job or a relationship that fell apart. And so don't add more stress to it. That's the main thing here, is don't add more stress to an already difficult military family life by going into debt or overextending yourself in the name of trying to show love to your kids in this one way. There's so many other ways to show love to your family, to your friends, to your parents, nieces and nephews, and all that going into debt just can't be one of them. I am curious though, I bet there's some pretty like clever ideas out there of ways that people celebrate. Maybe they allow their kids to choose a charity to donate to, or maybe they go serve at some kind of nonprofit together over the holidays, or do something like that. Like, I would love to, if the listeners have anything that they do that we could get from you via Instagram at Military Money Manual, or via email podcast@militarymoneymanual.com. We'd love to share those ideas and maybe recycle them for an episode next year for Christmas. But yeah, the holidays can be tough, and so don't make it harder on yourself. The 5 ways we have for you to prepare for Christmas right now: set a realistic budget for each person, control who you're going to gift for. And number 2, family memory building over more junk in your house. Number 3, no debt. To make something special, figure out how much you need divided by the number of paychecks you have left, and then that's the amount you need to save. Number 4, your kids want a peaceful house and a good example over more junk. Number 5, remember, kids get excited about that new toy until they start playing with the box or open the next toy, especially first Christmas. Like, young kids, they don't know. 2-year-olds, they don't know. They only know what to expect based off of what we taught them. So we hope that the holidays are a joyous time for all of you, that you get some time with your family if you're not deployed or on the road or out there hacking the mish. It can be tough for a lot of people. And so our thoughts and prayers are out there with all of you during the holiday time. We hope it's a season to connect with your loved ones. And thank you for all that you do for the military and for listening. We appreciate all listeners a lot.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Military Money Manual podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. This helps others find the show, and we really appreciate it. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
The views and opinions presented here are those of the speakers and do not necessarily represent the views of the DoD or its components. Reference to any commercial products or services does not constitute DoD endorsement of those products or services.